A fresh standoff is brewing over the change of employees of 4 public sugar companies. The employees are currently engaged through government employment terms, and they will be transitioned to their new private employment terms. Now, the Central Organization of Trade Unions, KOTU, has declined being part of the committee to oversee this transition. Ibrahim Karanja now reports on how this latest move leaves the government frustrated as redundancies take effect on the 31st of October.
The next 28 days are going to be tense and uncertain for well over 5,000 employees in 4 public sugar factories as their redundancies take effect, with some unsure of whether they will get new terms with their new employers. The 4 public sugar factories are Nzoia Sugar Company Limited, South Nyanza Sugar Company, Muhoroni Sugar Company and Chemelil Sugar Company, all of which were in May this year leased out by the government to private investors. A letter dated 12th August 2025 from the Principal Secretary in the State Department of Agriculture, Kiprono Rono, to the managing directors of the 4 companies directed them to issue formal redundancy notices to all affected employees in their organizations. Rono stated that the redundancy notices were in light of an ongoing restructuring of public companies under the framework through which the 4 companies were leased out. And as the workers now count days until they are out of their jobs, with some potentially not returning to their jobs, the Central Organization of Trade Unions, KOTU, has thrown the spanner in the works for the transition framework as it refuses to nominate a member into a tripartite committee that would have overseen the implementation of the proposed redundancies. In rejecting to be part of the committee, Secretary General Francis Atwoli stated that KOTU is not prepared now or in the future to participate in a meeting chaired by the Ministry of Labour to discuss how to declare workers redundant. Atwoli, who on Friday wrote to Labour Cabinet Secretary Dr. Alfred Mutua, has said that KOTU shall only take part in a meeting to discuss how to bake a bigger cake in order to create more employment opportunities. End of quote.
We support the decision taken by KOTU. We have been sitting in these committees, and we now believe that the KOTU has given a clean way forward to address this matter.
He has further castigated the Labour Ministry for agreeing to take part in a meeting discussing job losses, whereas the main mandate of the docket is to help create employment, to protect the meagre jobs available, and to safeguard the interests of the worker. It is the Ministry of Labour that had invited KOTU to be part of the tripartite committee.
It is now upon the government to relook over the approach they had taken to lay off employees on redundancy so that nobody is going to lose employment as a result of this transition.
This latest development casts the spotlight back to early this year when the move by the government to lease out its public sugar factories caused an uproar amongst stakeholders. At the time, government, especially the Ministry of Agriculture, while rooting for the leases, stated that it was for the best interests of the sector, fighting off claims that there was any devil in the details of the move. Ibrahim Karanja, NTV.